Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Shawn examines Belle's texts and missed calls in his office. He tosses his phone into the drawer of his desk because he has nothing left to say to her or anyone else. He gets his firearm, yet stashes it when Paulina drops by. She's giving Rafe his work back and expectations he'll remain on as a criminal investigator. A repressed Shawn concurs that Rafe ought to be running the office. Paulina appreciates his kindness, but she observes that he seems uneasy. Shawn guarantees her he's fine. She passes on to track down Rafe. Shawn slams his commissioner's nameplate on his own and looks at his gun with a hurt expression. In Marlena's office, Beauty asks everything Shawn said to her in their meetings. Marlena admits her concern, but is unable to break the confidentiality. Belle begs her to share what he said with her. Marlena says that Shawn is at his lowest point, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's what everybody needs to do prior to making things right. Beauty fears how he could dispose of his aggravation. Joda gets back home to Rafe tidying up her room over the bar. He can't invest all his energy watching Body and Soul. They have margaritas made by him, which leads to flirting and an affair. Jada regrets that he made the bed so beautifully when they are going to do something awful to it. After sex, Jada recommends they go down the stairs for a burger and Lager. They go for round 2 because Rafe wants to make the bed even more messed up. At home, Steve presents to Aba later as they watch Body and Soul. At the point when a memory supplement business comes on, Abby mourns not recalling Paulina. She is named Salem's new mayor during a news break. It kills Abby that he doesn't recall the amount he cherishes her. Steve believes it's time they drew near once more. Abe values him, but he doesn't believe Steve understands what it's like. Steve makes sense of why he does. As a matter of fact, no. Steve recalls something saying to him that Kayla was his destiny as he recalls how she did not give up on him. As a result, he did everything in his power to recall his feelings for her. He believes assuming Abe begins investing energy with Paulina, he'll fall head over heels for his significant other once more. Brady's astonished when Philip opens the door as he turns to leave Chloe's house. Is that you? Philip is drawn into an embrace by Brady. Brady expects Kristen had Philip buried to get to him. Chloe declares Kristen was not the one who did it. Indeed, she did, Brady says. She outlined me for homicide. Brady, no, Philip says with a sigh. I did. Brady seriously requests that Philip make sense of. Because he was so envious of him and Chloe, Philip goes into great detail about how he made him do it. Philip apologizes deeply. He'll be upset until the end of his life. Can I have your pardon? Brady considers, then, at that point, punches Philip to the ground. In order to hit him once more, Brady yells at him to get up. Philip promises to make this right. Brady picks up his phone to call the police, scowling. Chloe snatches the telephone out of his hand. She asks Brady to have some empathy, taking into account Philip just lost his dad. Brady calls Philip a vindicative, crazy fella and a weakling. Brady insults how pleased Victor would be assuming that he knew. Philip says he knew. Brady detonates after learning his granddad was fine sending him to jail for a homicide he didn't commit. Philip explains that was the reason he and Kate withdrew the death certificate. Without a body, Trask had no real option except to drop the charges. Brady maintains that Philip should go down for this and yanks his telephone back from Chloe. She pleads with him to let Victor and his grieving family go through this. Brady should consider it. He stomps out. Philip makes the point that the truth will still come out, and Brady will need a lawyer even if he doesn't call the police. Chloe says she'll call Beauty. Shawn enters Marlena's office just as Belle is getting ready to locate her husband. He wants them to take his firearm from him since he's not in a decent spot at this moment. Marlena inquires as to whether he was pondering harming himself. Shawn is unsure. All he knows is that he wants assistance. Marlena guarantees him there's no disgrace in requesting help, regardless of how frequently you make it happen. Belle declares that they will assist him. "I got you," she says with affection. Marlena needs to put Shawn on a 24-hour hold to survey him. Beauty guarantees him they'll overcome it together. Shawn regrets having disappointed her. She tells him how proud she is that he came to ask for help, crying. All will be well. She passes on them to talk. Paulina asks Rafe to return as commissioner during Jada and Rafe's meal at the pub. Rafe raises the dating strategy. Paulina won't stand for power abuse, but if two co-workers want to date without interfering with work, she doesn't mind. She'll ensure the city gathering knows that too. Rafe is glad to hear it, yet he'll conclude after the approach is authoritatively changed. He cherishes being official, yet he's appreciating spending time with Jada at this moment. She smiles. As they later offer pie, Jada entreats Rafe to take his work back. They'll just need to quit seeing each other until the strategy changes. Non-attendance causes the heart to develop fonder, she offers. So does wrecking the bed, Rafe jests. He is certain that he is falling in love with her, but he is unsure whether he wants to return. Paulina comes to Steve's place to educate Abby concerning Rafe. He inquires as to whether she might want to go out on the town on the off chance that she's not excessively occupied. She believes she can find time. Alone with Marlena, Shawn apologizes for how he acted before. He regrets having stopped therapy, and he is eager to resume it. Marlena guarantees him she'll do all that could be within reach to help him as her patient, but at the same time he's her family, and she cherishes him beyond anything that can be described. Outside Chloe's entryway, a weepy Beauty texts Shawn that she cherishes him and will continuously show up for him. She knocks on the door while composing herself. Belle inquires about who she requires a lawyer for when Chloe responds. "See with your own eyes," Chloe says, extending away to a timid Philip. "Is that you?" Beauty shouts, racing to embrace him. She's so glad to see him. After hearing what he has done, he hopes she feels that way. In search of Shawn, Brady goes to the commissioner's office. Thinking that it is vacant, he leaves a message that peruses, "Call me. Important." Next on Days of Our Lives, Gaby and Stefan conduct an investigation when a returning Sunny encounters Leo. Days of Our Lives currently solely airs on Peacock. Subscribe to Peacock to ensure you never miss an episode. Please be aware that clicking on a link in this story may result in a small commission for us if you make a purchase. Days of Our Lives is reviewing the days when characters return to shows for enormous family occasions. For the Kyriakis Memorial, Rachel Melvin will reprise her role as Victor's granddaughter Chelsea. The entertainer was most recently seen on the show in 2009. I had sort of put it out into the ether when John Aniston, ex-Victor, died that he made a big difference to me since he did. The entertainer imparted to Drama Summary, "What let the cat out of the bag?" He was one individual that I had some good times with on set, and I super delighted in him. I had informed Martha Madison, Belle, that I knew she was currently appearing on the show. Assuming you know about any burial service courses of action or any such thing, kindly let me know since I truly need to offer my appreciation. Melvin is unsure how the decision to invite her back was made, but the actress's representative was contacted. My chief was calling and said, "Hello, Davis might want to welcome you back for a remembrance episode," which, obviously, I was eager and energized and glad to do, Melvin says. Chelsea is the little girl of Beau, Peter Raquel, and Billy. Even though Lisa Rinna is most commonly associated with the role of Billy Taylor Bold, and the beautiful actress Krista Allen was playing the role when Chelsea was born, Billy and Beau believed that their daughter, who was formerly known as Georgia, had perished in a Louisiana bayou. In fact, the Benson family had adopted her. When Julie Pinson was playing Billy, it was discovered that Georgia was still alive years later. Ironically, when Beau and Billy were looking for their daughter, who was first played by Mandy Musgrave as an adult, Melvin acted as a red herring. After Musgrave left the job to join the cast of South of No Place, Daye's recast the part with Melvin. When Chelsea drove the car that killed Beau and Hope's toddler son Zach in a 2006 car accident, it was a standout Melvin storyline. Afterward, Chelsea and Max, Darren Streams, presently Wyatt on B&B, became hopelessly enamored. They moved to Britain. Last year, there was a reference that Chelsea was anticipating a child. Melvin has reprised his role as Alex Norwood in Season 4 of Sleepy Hollow since Leaving Days. She also appeared in Chicago Med, Dumb and Dumber 2 and Bones. On September 7, Melvin will reprise his role as Chelsea. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.